Welcome to a deep dive. Today, we're exploring some really profound ancient wisdom. It's from the 15th chapter of the book of Proverbs.
hmm And it's just packed, isn't it, with insights about how we navigate the world, guidance on, well, almost everything.
Pretty much.
So our mission today is really just to unpack some key nuggets from this chapter for you.
Okay, let's dive right in then. One of the first things that just leaps out is the sheer power it gives to our words. It's not just talk, is it?
No, not at all. It treats words as actions
What?
with real consequences. The text is so direct. A gentle answer turns away wrath.
Right. It's presented almost like a strategy, not weakness.
Exactly. But then you get the other side. A harsh word stirs up anger. So words are active forces here. They do things,
And it goes deeper, contrasting a tongue that brings healing, calling it a tree of life.
which is such a powerful image.
It really is, compared to a deceitful tongue that crushes the spirit. Same tool, vastly different impact.
And it connects that to wisdom, the lips of the wise spread knowledge,
Yeah.
sharing value.
While the mouth of a fool gushes folly. And folly here seems like more than just being silly. It's empty. Destructive, maybe.
Yeah, I think destructive fits. It reveals a lack of judgment, a lack of that core wisdom.
And that focus on what's revealed, it kind of leads into the next big theme, doesn't it? This clear distinction the source makes between character types.
Definitely, the righteous versus the wicked. And it puts this whole thing under, well, divine observation. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, watching both.
So there's this sense of ultimate accountability built in. It's not just about what you do, but who you are.
Precisely, your whole direction in life. And the text links this directly to outcomes. The house of the righteous contains great treasure. Could be material, could be spiritual, maybe both.
Contrasted with the income of the wicked, which apparently brings them trouble. It's quite a stark difference.
It is. And even attempts to connect with the divine are viewed through this lens. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but loves those pursuing righteousness.
And finds pleasure in the prayer of the upright. So your inner state and outward path are, like, fundamentally linked in this view.
Absolutely. Which makes the next point feel really practical, maybe even a bit pointed. The value placed on correction.
Yeah, on being willing to learn, to accept discipline. It says heeding. It shows prudence, like good sense, and helps you gain understanding.
And the flip side is just as clear. The source mentions planning. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. Collaboration and listening are key.
But if you resist correction, the fool, the mocker, they spurn it, they resent it.
And the text doesn't exactly sugarcoat the result. It leads to trouble, potentially death or destruction in some sense. Being teachable seems critical.
Foundational, really.
And that teachability, that willingness, it loops back again to the heart, doesn't it? The internal state. That's another huge theme here.
Oh, definitely. A happy heart makes the face cheerful. You can almost see it.
You really can. But then heartache crushes the spirit. Your insides affect your outsides. Simple as that.
And it dictates what you seek out, too, right? A discerning heart seeks knowledge. It wants to learn.
While a fool, well, a fool feeds on folly. Consumes things that aren't nourishing, maybe even harmful.
Even managing basic emotions ties in. Being hot-tempered stirs things up, creates conflict.
But patience, a patient man calms a quarrel. So cultivating that inner calm, that cheerful heart, which it calls a continual feast.
I like that image, a continual feast.
Me too. It seems like a core practice recommended here. Even seeing a cheerful look brings joy, and getting good news gives health. It's all interconnected.
And tying all these threads together, words, character, learning, attitude, is that constant refrain about God's perspective. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere.
It really poses a question about transparency, doesn't it? The text even says, death and destruction lie open before the Lord. These ultimate hidden things are known.
And the implication is striking. How much more the hearts of men? Your inner world, your motives, your thoughts, they're visible, they matter.
And this visibility connects to relationship. The Lord is far from the wicked, it says, but here's the prayer of the righteous.
It even gets down to the level of thoughts. The Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but finds the thoughts of the pure pleasing.
Which leads to this interesting point. The heart of the righteous weighs its answers. There's intentionality there, care in thought and word because of that awareness.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway from Proverbs 15 for you? It really seems to hammer home that our words, our openness to learning, our inner state feeling and thinking, it's all deeply tied to our well-being and how things turn out.
Yeah, absolutely. It paints this powerful picture where how you speak, How you take guidance, how you manage your inner life, even your quietest thoughts, it all carries significant weight. It really pushes you to ask, what kind of words am I actually using? What kind of heart am I cultivating inside?
And here's something to chew on. If, as this source suggests, even the deepest realities like death and destruction are laid bare before the divine, what does that truly imply about how significant your own inner state, your real intentions, and those thoughts you never actually say out loud really are?